Alright, so Dragon Ball Super episode 112 is what we got to go off of. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give a brief description. Try to keep it moderate, not brief, but moderate about what happened in the episode. Now, of course, we start off with Goku getting jumped by three of the, I believe the Universe 4 robots. Of course, smart strategy, try and get him out of there. They're trying to get him out of there because he's weak, depleted, and they believe get rid of Goku, you get rid of the heart. Also, as the episode goes a little bit further, we get more Kale and Khalifa footage going on in that episode. Kaba jumps in the middle of it because they were approached by Mona. Now, finally we get Kaba action. It took them long enough to get Kaba some nice action going on inside of this because I like Kaba. I'm a real big fan of Kaba ever since the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament when he fought Vegeta in that whole exchange with the master and student type of relationship that they have, and I'll get into that in a second. But Kaba wants to go ahead and take on Mona because he believes Khalifa and Kale have the potential to ensure Universe's 6's survival. Don't know how when you still have Jiren on the field, but I'm going to let Kaba believe what he wants to believe. So we want to believe that, go with it, by all means. Now, he's ready to step up against Mona. He's in there fighting. He's throwing bad jabs. It's not working. He gets destroyed, especially when she balloons up. I mean, Kaba's fight really didn't even last 3 minutes. And to my knowledge, it lasted 3 minutes. He was up out of there. And I told myself, you got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me you throw Kaba in here to get embarrassed like that when he was the first one from that universe to go Super Saiyan? I'm like, come on, you got to do better than that. But miraculously, he is saved. He is saved by who? That is right. My man, the man, Vegeta. And it's only right that he saves him. And they tried to make it very dramatic with the slow upright to reveal who it was, but who else would have been? Damn sure ain't hit because his not there no more. Khalifa and Kale are gone, so there's no one there to save him off that perch. So of course it had to be Vegeta. Now, in Vegeta fashion, which is why we love Vegeta so much, throws Kaba, lands hard. Kaba gets up, tries to thank Vegeta with it. Vegeta gives a nice little knee right to the stomach. And in the midst of all that, I'm telling him that's what you're supposed to do, Vegeta. Tough love. Don't get this man, don't be soft. You want to soft nobody. Remember in Dragon Ball Z, he found out Trunks was Super Saiyan. He told Trunks, if you can land a punch on me, I'll take you to the park. Trunks transforms, goes in on it, just scrapes Vegeta's face, and Vegeta cold clocks Trunks dead in the mouth. I mean, it was beautiful. I laughed. It was so funny. And that's just who Vegeta is. He's a tough love trainer. And then we learned that the promise that was made for Vegeta to go ahead back, that he's supposed to go back to the planet Salada, I believe that's how it's pronounced, in Universe 6 to meet the king of the Saiyans there, who Kaba describes to be much like him, and kind of get a chance to see that moment. So in that, Vegeta reveals that when he wins the tournament, because I'm going to say when he wins, because I believe Vegeta's going to win it, and don't tell me nothing different. That's my belief, and I'm going to stick with it. So he says when he wins the tournament, he's going to wish them all back regardless. So that was nice to see. Kaba, in reverse, tried to tell him, I appreciate it. Hey, if I win a tournament, I'll do the same for you. And Vegeta says, no, listen here, little boy. Don't even let them work because you ain't winning, I'm winning. That's how Vegeta is, how he rolling, how we rocking with it. Full confidence over here. We don't doubt nothing. So, in that miss, boom, he tells Kaba, go ahead, fight with passion, fight with determination. Don't go out like no little punk now. You don't go out like no punk out here, you were saying. You fight with pride. So Vegeta flies off, and now Kaba's ready to go back into the fight with Mona. Now, Mona starts to disrespect Kaba, Kale, Khalifa, and Vegeta, with all due right, because as they were fighting again, Kaba's getting destroyed again. You would think that he would go ahead, and you would think the way they normally do it is he's going to come back in, fly in, do what he needs to do, and Mona's going to get up out of here, and you'll see the return of Kaba. No. Kaba continues to get destroyed. That is until she does the disrespectful thing. And then to me, which I've watched the transformation a couple of times since it happened, it has potential to be in top 5 transformations in Dragon Ball Z history as far as when we're talking about Super Saiyans. And I know there's going to be up for debate, hot take, or what you believe, because there's so many ones that you can put in there. Goku's first one, his Super Saiyan 3 transformation, which everybody loves. Gohan's transformation to Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta's transformation. Gohan's transformation when he was a teen, when he went Super Saiyan 2 in the World Tournament. Against Kibito. There's a number of different transformations you could name. And then if we want to take it to GT, we got the 4s and all that, which, I'm not high on those transformations. But watching the electricity build as Kaba gets frustrated and seeing him transform into that. First, I got to tell Kaba this. Man, listen, you got to eat, man. You got to eat. You too small. Kaba is so small and so frail. When he turned Super Saiyan 2, I loved it, but I felt I was missing something because he's so scrawny. Every other Saiyan has some type of definition built to him. He ain't got none. The poor boy got to eat something. Listen, when the term is over, tell Chopper get you some of them chefs and eat, man. Get you about 15, 20, 25 pounds on you. Get some muscle going on. That way now when you step up, there's some type of ferociousness going on with you. People can somewhat fear you. Because ain't nobody fearing you looking like that. You're too small. But moving on from that point, Kaba all of a sudden puts in work on Mona. Mona thinks she's going to be able to keep doing it no matter what just because he changed his hair color. Doesn't matter. Kaba gives her one shot to the stomach, a nice little uppercut. Mona tries to do something. He blasts Mona right out of there. And then we see, of course, the villain of all villains, Frieza, jump into the mix.
Lord.
I knew it the moment they showed him it was not going to end well. And the moment Frieza said, I would like to fight you, I simply yelled for Vegeta. I did. I yelled for Vegeta to come to Kaba's aid, but Vegeta was held with Toppo. Nah, Toppo, I'm going to get back to Frieza. But Toppo, let me address you for a moment, brother. Let me explain something to you. Don't you ever, in your life, you understand me, don't you ever again in your life disrespect the Prince of All Saiyans like that. He had the audacity, the mitigated gall, the nerve to sit there and tell the Prince, after Vegeta said, I don't want to mess with the second fiddle. Toppo had the nerve to utter the words saying, aren't you the second fiddle too? My partner here laughed his ass off. That shit wasn't funny to me. I know, Toppo, I don't want to come to that street and whoop your ass my damn self. No, we don't do that. We don't do that around. You don't disrespect Vegeta like that. It was a moment in time I will never forget. Let's never get that confused. Because I was tight. I ain't gonna lie, I was tight, but don't talk about my mans like that. You know what I'm saying? He's still first. We can debate that and I'll tell you why he first later. But that needs to be understood. So clearly they're foreshadowing the fight between Toppo and Vegeta, and it makes sense. To see the two people who, in Dragon Ball Z terms, are the second strongest ones in their universe go toe-to-toe. I honestly have no idea how that fight's going to go. Like we said, we don't watch spoilers. We don't do none of that stuff. So me personally, I don't know how this is going to go. You got to watch it with Vegeta trying to save his stamina. Toppo really, if you really look at it, Toppo really has nothing to worry about because there's Jiren. Even if he gets eliminated, everything rides on the shoulders of Jiren. It doesn't even matter. But with Vegeta, it's very crucial because you don't know what other plans they have for him, and he has to be able to reserve his energy. Now, back to Frieza versus Kaba. Listen, bless Kaba's heart. He don't know Frieza. You know what I'm saying? He don't know who he is and what he is. And Kaba went Super Saiyan 2 and he was ready. I mean, he put every little bit he could get into it, and we finally got a chance to see a bit of the golden form in the tournament when he used the Emperor Death Beam to literally pick Kaba apart and throw Kaba off. When Kaba went off the edge, I ran through my mind again. I was like, who could possibly save him at this moment? I said, nobody. Once again, hits gone. Khalifa and Kayla are running away trying to reserve their energy, and Vegeta is concerned with Toppo. There is nobody to save Kaba. When Kaba ended up on that sideline next to hit, I was upset. I was so upset because they teased us with Kaba. I mean, you can't give us Kaba his finally going too, because in my opinion, you robbed us of a moment. You robbed us of the moment of us seeing a epic stance, an epic picture of Khalifa in her Super Saiyan 2 form, Kaba in his Super Saiyan 2 form, and Kale in her legendary form. At least give us that screenshot of what they look like when they're ready to go all in. In my opinion, what they should have did was leave Frieza out of it, even though this is clearly foreshadowing something else with Frieza down the line that we don't know because we still haven't seen Frieza's true moment yet. But what you could have had was, you could have had it to where, because in my opinion, Universe 6 time is coming up soon. I just feel it. To me, you could have had a moment where, even though Jiren doesn't move for people who's not worthy, because they're saying, he may say, okay, I fought a Saiyan or nothing. These three feel as though they can take me on. Let me get rid of this Saiyan trash for whatever reason, because it is still a tournament at the end of the day. They robbed us of the opportunity of us seeing all three of them going at Jiren. I think that's a moment missed, because think about how epic that would be. Even though we all know they stand no chance against Jiren, just watching all of them charge with the pride of their Saiyan, of their Saiyan ancestry, with their planet, they're fighting for their survival, how close-knit they are, to just see them all charge Jiren and try and get Jiren out of there. I think was a moment that would have been cool. We know the outcome, but it just robbed us of it. Adding thing to that would have been if Vegeta would charge in there with them, and let's say all 4 of them got eliminated like that. I still think that is an amazing moment that they could have given us that they took away from us. But other than that, that's pretty much how the episode goes. It ends with us basically foreshadowing Khalifa and Goku fighting again in a rematch, which to me makes no sense, because if Khalifa's supposed to be the pride of the Saiyans and she's supposed to be the leader and she's supposed to have that blood and that fierce, all that type of stuff, why would you want to fight Goku when he's weak? If you want to test your true abilities, which is what Saiyans want to do, they want to fight the strongest to prove themselves, why would you fight Goku now? He's nowhere near where he needs to be in order to fight, so you're really not testing anything. You're just fighting him because you just see. Now granted, she could be being very smart and just saying, listen, I'm not worried about none of that. You're weak at the moment. I want to fight you, eliminate you, and I'll just keep it moving. Which in that case, I'm all for it. It makes sense at that point in time. Now, there's a theory going around that if there's a chance that Khalifa may go Super Saiyan 3. To me, that would make absolutely zero sense, because you've already, the way you showed us was that to reach a Super Saiyan, and I can't say this. Okay, let me switch that because I just thought about it. There was no direct way to show how to transform into a Super Saiyan 2. The only way they showed us how it happened was the emotional connection with Gohan when he snapped when 16 was killed in front of him. That's how he went 2. So to see Kaba go 2 based off of that, because it's an emotion, it's a raw emotion, it's basically him snapping saying, I've had enough. That made sense. I saw the correlation there. With Khalifa going Super Saiyan 2, I never really saw the correlation there. I just kind of seen she just said, oh, hey, I can do it too. Granted, those Saiyans are way more advanced than the ones in Universe 7, of course. So how they're going to retcon it, that's fine. It's whatever. And then we all know with Kale, with her legendary self, and what she's done and how she's achieved that, that's fine. But I think her going 3 in this tournament would be a huge misjustice to her, because they have an opportunity after this, if they're going to expand, to create content with Vegeta going back to Universe 6 and possibly training the lot of them. And that may be being the step that gets her to Super Saiyan 3, or which is a long shot, but I think what people would love is if Vegeta went back to that planet, saw the king, and somehow, some way, based off the training, and let's say there's an infinite battle that happens there, Vegeta finally goes 3 there. Makes no sense because he's a god now. I get it. Why would he go 3? It doesn't work like that. I'm just doing that based off the visuals of us wanting to finally see a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta there. He's a god now, so he can get rid of anything like that. Anything like that, hopefully, how they breaks it out. But going forward, if I had to make any predictions as far as what's going to happen, like I said, we're going to get the Vegeta Topo fight. We're going to get the Khalifa Goku fight, which looks to be interesting. We still need to see the Namekians. I want to see the Namekians versus Piccolo. I want to see kind of Gohan do his own thing, but I understand why Gohan's fighting side by side with Piccolo against the Namekians, because those Namekians are much more powerful than Piccolo had once assumed. So I'm with all that. If I had to give it a rating, that episode out of 10, I'm a harsh grader. I'd give that episode, because of Kaba's transformation alone, I'd give that episode a 7. And the only reason I give that episode a 7 is because they could have did more with Kaba's fight. They could have displayed more of what Kaba could do as a 2 than that. If they would have done that, I could have given it possibly an 8. 8 to 8.5. But I'm going to give it a solid 7 based on what I've seen. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the next episode is going to bring, because we have about, I want to say, probably until like January before this tournament is probably over with at the pace they're going. End of the year, mid-January, latest. That's about how I see it. So